Thank you for a challenging discussion on the important, difficult issue of international migration. I have 3 questions for you today. How does the international legal system fail to protect those migrants who seek to escape extinction?
Well, the international legal system is based on international human rights. However, when people cross borders, then it is easy to see that their rights are in jeopardy. But it's sometimes difficult to identify who's responsible for protecting their rights because they've left their own country. They may be on the high seas, on boats, or they may be in another country that's not willing to protect them. And that is where the migrants are trapped. Refugees have a legal system to protect them. They have an organization to protect them, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. There isn't really a well-developed equivalent system for migrants who are fleeing.
You received the 2006 Sydney Peace Prize for your work to end violence against women and girls. How does this failure of the international legal system increase the vulnerability of women and girls?
Well, women and girls are at risk right throughout the whole spectrum of migration, from prior to displacement. Very often, women are victims of sexual violence in the context of conflict. When they are on the road, they are again subject to physical vulnerability, and of course when they're trafficked or exploited. But beyond that, there is also an element of gender inequality that hounds them right throughout the system. They're not protected in their own countries, they don't have equal rights, they're discriminated in countries of asylum and continue to suffer. 50% of migrants are women. Women play a huge role in terms of earning money abroad, sending it back home, and investing in their own communities. But very often, they are the lowest paid, most vulnerable domestic workers, sex workers, and others who are exploited. So women are particularly, I think, in a particularly vulnerable position.
Last question. How does international leadership convince nations to support the recent international goals on migration when public opinion so often seems opposed to reconsidering the issue?
Public opinion can be shaped by leaders. So I think the issue here is about leadership. How do our political leaders, our social leaders, our community leaders, civil society leaders, our religious leaders, how are they going to frame this issue as an issue of vulnerability of people who need protection, but also an issue of the contribution that migrants make to the societies to which they come?
Thank you very much.